the Live and Create podcast.
What is up? I'm Miguel Antonio, and you are listening to the Live and Create podcast. It's where I interview artists and entrepreneurs about what it means to live a great life and create great things. And today is the March recap. So typically I'm doing interviews, but once a month I've started this year just doing a recap of the clips that we put out on social media. So often I'll take a 30-second to minute clip from each podcast, put it out there, TikTok, Instagram, all that. If you want to follow those and follow the band as well, you can follow us at Run With It Band, at Run With It Band. And in these recap videos, I typically start with a little bit of update of what the band is up to. I lead a band called Run With It, and then I'll go through I'll play the actual video, the clip, the 30-second to 60-second clip, and just give kind of my thoughts behind it, the reason of using that clip or what I loved about the episode itself. So Run With It. The last time we did a recap, we were getting ready to go into the studio. We're working on 8 brand new songs that we want to drop in 2025. And we were getting ready to go in the studio for all the drum tracks, and we got those drum tracks laid out, and we're making progress when it comes to that. So hopefully some new music coming out in the summer. We had some ambitious goals to get them out in spring. I don't know if that's going to happen because we're working on it. Again, for those who are just joining, the band is going from working with producers, and this year we're going to be producing ourselves. So we're diving into the full piece, the full production, mixing, mastering, all of that to get more music out to you guys. As well, we just did a special VIP private house show and had a blast. We debuted those 8 new songs, played them live for the first time, and we're getting ready to hit the road in April. We're going to be playing a show out in Fulton, Missouri. And then we also just got announced our first show on the West Coast. We have literally toured all the way to the Middle East and back, but we have never done a West Coast tour as a band. I personally have toured the West Coast as a solo artist, but we're excited to get out there. So we're going to be playing the Washington State Fair end of September. More details coming soon. And our agents are going to be working on building a full tour from Kansas City, touring all the way there and all the way back. So if you are out there, if you're in Colorado, if you're in Utah, if you're in Idaho, if you're in Northern California, Oregon, out there in Seattle as well, we want to talk to you if you are interested in putting together a show, a private event, or if you got some contacts, you'd love to connect us because we want to build a full tour out of that and meet a lot of you guys out on the road and enjoy finally being on the road as a band in the West Coast. And I love it up there as well. I did a solo tour, went down to Texas, then went across the Southwest, and then worked my way all the way through Oregon and up to Seattle. So I'm excited to get back there. That's about the updates with the band. Other than that, we're just riding away and constantly digging into what it looks like to break into the sync licensing world. As you'll notice, more and more guests are from that world as we try to just glean information and build our networks to see our music in TV, film, commercials, those kind of things, as well as the touring. And so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go ahead and play the clips. Let's get the clips. I think we have 5 clips for the March recap. We're going to start with, we got Jared Alua. Let's just go right into his clip.
So I have a slogan that I made. It's called turning fun into funds. So how could I have fun, do the things that I want to do, and also make money from doing it? So what does that mean for me? Speaking engagements at different schools, doing a panel or a workshop where I can actually put people together in the same room and help them build community. How can I reach out to a sponsorship or a brand and get a partnership and put something together? Those things are fun for me. I'm living that, I'm creating that, and I'm enjoying that, and I'm getting paid from that.
I love this because Jared Alua, he's from the Sync Alliance, which is a community I'm part of a bunch of people who are either veterans in the sync world or just getting started. Everyone's kind of helping each other as we break into that world. Jared has been deep in that world of the sync licensing, has a lot of great wisdom to offer in his full episode. Great wisdom, especially from the piece of networking and getting to know him over the last few months online. I see him living that out. He's constantly in different places, different cities, meeting different people, and then trying to share the wisdom that he's getting from other people as well. His energy is killer. His music's awesome. But I love this perspective of this clip right here, because too often I think in the music industry, especially in the rock world, it's almost frowned upon to talk about money. Where it's like, you just do it for the love, don't do it for the money. But the reality is money is a big piece of what you have to do to keep doing your art, to keep doing your craft. And someone like me who's full time in music, to really keep doing life and to keep moving forward. And I love how he doesn't shy away from it and just embraces it and sees it as just a joy to do. And he also sees it as part of partnering with other people, building community together. They're creating value, putting it in the world, and in that they're getting value back from the money they're making. So yeah, definitely check out the episode if you haven't. His energy is awesome. Again, a lot of wisdom. Here we go. We got Liza and Jean-Pierre Carbet. Here we go.
Every time I put out some sense of something that is a little selfless, it comes back to me tenfold, 95% of the time. And so a life well lived is this circle or this community of people that keep on giving, whether it's going out to a show and playing to 10,000 people or playing to 10 people, to do the school shows that we do, to try to guide your band through the sync thing when you're doing the rock thing and then you're doing an acoustic thing, and you are being in service to the people around you. And I think it's a really, really good way to live.
That's awesome.
I think it's in finding what your gift is, what you contribute to the world and to yourself, and how do you connect with that?
How do you turn it up?
How do you turn it up? And to follow that. If you're a great cook and that's what you give and that's what you love, I think you have to embrace that. If you don't embrace and follow what your dream is, but who you are and what speaks to you and feeds your soul, then you're denying a part of yourself.
Now, Liza and Jean-Pierre, they are touring musicians and the authors. This is their book here. It's called Thrive and Survive in the Music Business. And they put all their wisdom in print for you guys to read. And that was originally a former guest had connected me with them, originally wanted them on the podcast because of their touring and their music and their teaching. And you can feel that sense of teaching and mentoring other people in our episode together, which was amazing. But then I stumbled upon the fact that they're also in sync licensing as well. And so it was cool to hear their story of diving into the world that our band is working on getting into. And they've been doing it for, I think, over 2 decades. They said they've had some songs that they've written 2 decades ago that are still getting picked up in TV shows. They said they were watching Breaking Bad one time, and a song, I think it was 10 years, they wrote 10 years before that, just happened to pop up while they were watching Breaking Bad. They're like, wait a minute, we got another placement. They didn't even know. But this particular clip, I really enjoyed it because it's kind of like this weird tension, this idea of serving and this idea of embracing fully who you are. So it's like this focus of yourself, to understand yourself very clearly and to understand what brings you joy, to understand what gifts you have that can really make an impact for other people, and then actually using that for other people. So I love that. I love the perspective of putting those two together, to relentlessly understanding yourself, relentlessly seeking to protect that and to build that and to grow that, but for the purpose of serving other people, for the purpose of bringing value to other people. So yeah, it's another great episode. Definitely check it out if you have not checked it out yet. Let's go check this out. We got Caleb and Lindsey Blackshear. Oh, hold on. Let me get this live.
And certain things to get things laid down, because you have to capture that authenticity and hear it what's in our heads come back out of the speakers.
Right.
Otherwise, you can just program beats and auto-tune your voice to be perfect and all that kind of stuff. And it's perfect,
Right.
but the authenticity is not there. The heart and the soul is not there.
And I think part of the authenticity is being true to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm not going to write a certain type of song just because that's what somebody wants. You know, that's just not going to be me. I'm not going to write a raunchy song. That's just not going to be me. But I can write a love song. I can write something in a way that is truly mine. And I think that's where the authenticity comes out.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah. Careful,
it's
Birdie.
not just doing maybe what other people expect of you or what other people want of you, but doing what is truly you. And that comes across authentically.
Well, if you're watching on video, it was their son made a debut in the podcast. It was super cute. Somewhere in the podcast, he actually sings "Happy Birthday," which is pretty fun. Caleb and Lindsey are awesome. I've known them for a few years and watched as they decided to both go full time in music and watch how they carved out their own space in the music world to support their families, to support themselves, and make a living, not just surviving, but actually thriving. And they share what that was like. They shared the pitfalls, the struggles that they hit along that path, but then also the joy of it and where they're wanting to go in the future. This clip I love because the reality is the music world all too often can try to make people all too often can make people feel like they have to be something other than what they are. That's something I've struggled with often, where it's like, oh, you need to be more rock, you need to be more pop, you need to be all these different things. But instead, again, getting into understanding exactly who you are and staying true to that. And then over time, I think you find the fans, you find the clients, you find the shows, you find the things that truly appreciate who you are and what you do. And it's a harder road to walk, because you can pander and see some quick success, or you can find a way to understand fully who you are and then find the people who embrace that. And sometimes it's probably just a whole lot of learning along the path where you try a bunch of different things and you figure out, oh, that's not me. And then this is where you go. So yeah, definitely check that episode out, the Black Shears. We got 2 more clips left. This is Cody Boston from Flew the Coop. Here we go.
How would you define creating great things?
That is something I think about a lot. I left my job at the station in November, so I've been back to freelancing and really committing much more time to Flew the Coop sessions than I ever have before. So that's been a question that I ask myself a lot. And I think it's just moving towards working on things that I genuinely care about, that I genuinely find help create a world, a community, a neighborhood that like I want to see. So I'm working on projects that align with that, collaborating with people that align with that. I'm very fortunate to have the opportunity to collaborate with those types of people at those organizations.
Now, Cody is he heads up Flew the Coop sessions. It's an incredible visual and music experience where they go into different places and have touring artists. They have artists from Kansas City come through and perform live, and they do the video, and it's a whole experience that they put together, and it looks amazing. It sounds amazing. Him and his team do an incredible job. And he shares the story behind that and how how Flew the Coop came to be and what their vision is for the future and the transitions that they're in right now as they've switched to nonprofit and looking to raise funds and looking to gain grants. This clip, though, definitely highlights a big piece of our conversation where, as crazy as the world is right now, there's so much uncertainty. Oftentimes, it just seems like there's a lot of bad news coming down the pipe of his focus of trying to build a community around him and invest in the community that he's in to make the world a better place. And I love this reminder in this clip to make sure you do that, to partner and seek out people that have a vision of the world that you do, that they want to see these things come to fruition and bring love, bring hope to people instead of division with the people, and to bring care to people in a time where it seems like care is just really hard to find. So yeah, it's a great episode. Definitely check out what Flew the Coop is doing online and check out that episode as well. Here's the last one. We got Keelan Donovan. somewhere in here. Is it going to work? It's not working.
There's going to be a lot of people that try and take your hand and lead them in their direction, but you need to stay on your course, your path, and you might not know what that is yet, and that's fine. You can take his hand or her hand and follow it for a little while, but if things start to be like it starts to not feel right, then go back to your course, go back to what you were doing, and stay on that course until you find your voice and you find what you want to say. And how you want to say it, how you want to sound, how you want to dress. I don't know. I think that is how people become successful in this industry.
Keelan, someone we've known, friend of the band's for years. I remember seeing him play in small clubs before he ever got like a big. He ended up getting signed to a very large label, doing some really cool things. But then the last few years, he decided to step away from that and to pursue his own solo career and to focus solely on his music. That means something to him, his music from his heart. And it's cool hearing his story of being a father, being a husband in the music industry, and then also taking this risk to step back out, because he used to do the independent thing. Then he got signed and did that for a good long time. He shares a lot of the lessons he learned along that way. And then now stepping out yet again to build his own career as an independent artist. Once again, it was really cool to see that. And I love this clip just because that reminder again to understand who you are and just be relentless in that, and to not let other people guide you. Because the moment you take your eye off that, probably in most industries, I imagine, but it seems like music industry, entertainment industry in general, if you don't have a strong sense of who you are, someone else is going to come along and try to tell you who you should be. And that there's a lot of traps in that and a lot of pitfalls. So yeah, I love this reminder that Keelan gave us. I love that he's living it out as he steps out again. And definitely check out his music, check out his episode. And that is the March recap. We got a whole lot of other great artists dropping in April. Great episodes. So yes, if you dig the podcast, make sure you follow, make sure you like, subscribe, whatever it is on the platform you're in. Give some comments, give some ratings if your platform lets you do that, because that helps everything. So yeah, until then, we'll talk to you later.
Thank you for listening to the Live and Create podcast. If you like what you heard, make sure you subscribe and leave a comment or a review.
The Live and Create podcast.